Hello, welcome, and this is one of the quick reference for the how you can align your minimum wage of the state with the your attractive wage structure design in reference to the contribution deduction for the EPFO. So this is based on one inquiry has been asked by one of our student, and this is a quick reference and learning. So how you can effectively design so that you cannot interpret the lesson wrongly. So what is happening? So in the previously the wage structure design, we discussed about the dividing your minimum wage or dividing your gross wage or splitting your gross wage. So reference doesn't earlier before the 2011 it has been minimum wage has been advanced in two, or especially splitting of minimum wage is not allowed since 2011 with a circulation of the EPFO where it is provided the referencing. So what you the reference you have to be take as of now when you have the gross wages you are paying for the 15,000 reference to the EPFO. So there ideally you have to take in reference for the gross wages, which is composite of your minimum wage into the state and HRA you are providing. So there ideally you have to take care the 72% you have to be kept the slab of the 72% of your gross wages if you are paying the 15,000 rupees in the category of where the employee they are covered under the minimum wage or you are paying them minimum wage and something else. So it is effective into that case. So don't refer it with the another second, third and fourth number of your different level of wage structure you are designing. So what is happening in this case? So number one, consider this as an the 72%, but here you have to be reference the another way, that is about ideally is this with reference to the minimum wage, this should be must be above to the minimum wage. So if it is above to the minimum wage, so you can keep your basic pay referring to the 72%. If it is below to minimum wage of your state, so in that case you have to be take first the minimum wage into this reference. How? So here one clarification we have been prepared for the queries has been asked by one of our student and one of our reference. So that here I'm going to share with you at this point where the references has been provided are related to the reference of the reference where it has been asked by the how the minimum kg you can split. So as I mentioned, so you cannot split the minimum wage where the reference has been provided. However, in 2011 the Punjab and Haryana High Court has given a judgment in case of the G4S security services, and that has been given that you can split. But referring to this especially the order which has been advanced by the PFO, so that is about your referencing circulation COORD 46203, where it has been issued in the 2011, where it has been the splitting of minimum wage for the matter of EPFO that has been advanced. So in the reference, how you have to now consider your basic pay for the calculation of EPFO when it is referring to or under the employee is covered under the minimum wage. So in that case, this is your Uttarakhand minimum wage structure, where the minimum wage for the unskilled that is the 9891, and then the unskilled 2 that is 9793, semi skilled it is. So the maximum wage which is higher for the clerical category 1, so that is the 12,080 rupees. So now come to the reference of this wage structure. So you have to be put it according to the 70/40 ratio, the 72 and 28 ratio, while it is below to the case of the it is above to the case of minimum wages. When it is above to, or when it is below to the minimum wage 72%, then you have to be take the reference for your minimum wage considering for the base pay, then rest amount you have to put into the HRA. So this is in reference to where you are providing the wages. So that is considering about the gross wages you are paying, because referring with the 19/2014 the circulation of EPFO, where the minimum wage or the ceiling has been revised for the 15,000 rupees. So in that case, how you can consider that for an economical structure where it is allowed. However, the reference under the section 2 and the 6 it has been provided where the some components are not covered under the EPFO, and secondly it is there where you have to be cover the referring components like the HRA, your conveyance. So that is referring to the further we have been already discovered it. This clarification give you the right instruction to design your or align your minimum wage, especially when the employee covered under the minimum wage of the state specific. Then you can align your minimum wage or the basic pay according to your minimum wage into the. Be cautious when you are designing, or do not split your minimum wage into further reference. It was provided in reference to the your gross wages because the reference has been taken, so that's why it was marked as red.